In 2025, the United States has become a much tougher place for immigrants, even those who are already legally living in the country. With Donald Trump back in the White House, immigration enforcement has ramped up significantly. Green card holders, who are also known as lawful permanent residents, are now facing new risks, strict scrutiny, and, in some cases, even deportation. Many people wrongly assume that once you get a green card, your status is permanent. But that's far from true. Under U.S. law, a green card can be revoked for a number of reasons, and the Trump administration has made it clear: if you break the rules, your status can be taken away. So, how can someone lose their green card in 2025? And what can you do to protect it? More importantly, what steps must be taken after that to get a U.S. passport? Let's break it down, step by step. First, let's talk about how green card holders are losing their status in 2025. One of the most common reasons is abandonment of U.S. residency. If a green card holder spends more than 6 months outside the United States, they can be flagged for abandonment. If they spend over 1 year abroad without applying for a re-entry permit, that is often considered automatic abandonment, and they could be denied entry upon return. Under Trump's current enforcement policies, border agents and USCIS officers are strictly checking travel patterns, and even short absences are drawing suspicion if someone doesn't maintain clear ties to the U.S. Another way people are losing their green card is through criminal convictions. Crimes like drug possession, domestic violence, theft, or even repeated misdemeanors can result in removal proceedings. The Trump administration has expanded the list of deportable offenses and increased ICE's power to detain permanent residents who face criminal charges. Even if someone committed a crime years ago, it can come back to haunt them now. Many long-term residents are discovering this the hard way. Immigration fraud is also a major issue. If someone obtained their green card through a sham marriage or submitted false information on their application, USCIS can revoke their status, sometimes even after 10 or 15 years. It's not just about lying during the application. Failing to update your address, failing to file taxes, or falsely claiming to be a U.S. citizen can also be considered violations. In 2025, the Trump administration is aggressively using these technical violations as grounds for removal. One real-life example from this year is Mahmoud Khalil, a green card holder and university student who was detained at JFK Airport in March 2025. He had just returned from a study trip overseas. Despite having no criminal record, he was held for hours and told that his green card had been revoked due to alleged foreign ideological activities. No charges were filed, but his status was taken away under a new Trump executive order. Cases like his are not isolated. Many green card holders are now canceling travel plans out of fear they won't be allowed back in. Or worse, they'll be detained at the airport. So how do you protect your green card in 2025? The first and most important rule is stay in the U.S. as much as possible. Avoid trips longer than 6 months. If you absolutely must travel for work or family emergencies, apply for a re-entry permit using Form Y-131. This protects your status during extended absences. Second, make sure you file your U.S. taxes every year as a resident. Failure to do so can raise red flags, and USCIS shares information with the IRS. Third, avoid any kind of legal trouble. Even a small mistake can lead to big immigration consequences. If you get arrested or even questioned by police, speak to an immigration attorney immediately. Don't wait. Fourth, do not rely on public benefits that could be viewed as a public charge issue. While green card holders are eligible for certain programs, excessive or long-term use can be used against you during naturalization or re-entry. Fifth, always update your address with USCIS using Form AR-11. You have just 10 days to report every time you move. This is required by law, and failing to do it can trigger penalties. Now, let's talk about how to go from being a green card holder to getting that powerful U.S. passport. First, you need to hold your green card for at least 5 years, unless you're married to a U.S. citizen, in which case it's only 3 years. During that time, you must live in the U.S. for at least 2.5 years in total. That means if you travel often or stay abroad for long periods, you might need more time before you can apply. Once eligible, you'll file Form N-400, the application for naturalization. This process includes a biometrics appointment, an interview, and passing a civics and English test. In 2025, the naturalization process also includes detailed background checks. And under Trump, the vetting process is more intense than ever. During your interview, you'll be asked about your travel history, your loyalty to the United States, your marriage, if applicable, and whether you've ever claimed benefits, committed crimes, or lied to the government. If all goes well, you'll be invited to take the oath of allegiance at a naturalization ceremony. At that moment, you become a U.S. citizen. Once you're naturalized, you're eligible to apply for a U.S. passport. The process is simple. Fill out Form DS-11, provide your naturalization certificate, and attend an in-person appointment at a passport acceptance facility. After approval, you'll receive a U.S. passport in the mail. This document gives you visa-free access to over 180 countries. And best of all, once you're a citizen, your immigration status can never be taken away. To summarize, 2025 is a dangerous year for green card holders who don't follow the rules. Under Trump's hardline immigration policies, even minor mistakes can lead to loss of status. But if you stay in the U.S., file your taxes, obey the law, avoid fraud, and stay informed, you can protect your green card and eventually become a U.S. citizen. Don't assume you're safe just because you have a green card. Be smart, be careful, and plan for the future. Your American dream is worth protecting. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who holds a green card or plans to apply for one. And don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates on immigration law, visa policy, and how to stay protected under the Trump administration.